Hello and welcome to the Happy Haunts Library, where we're all about cozy hobbies and intentional living as we try to live our best Halloween lives all year long. No matter the time of year, we are plotting and planning our ways to make the most out of our leisure time outside of our 9-to-5 job to make it its most spookiest. But luckily, it is actually spooky season. Like Halloween is upon us. It's gonna be fall, it's gonna be autumn, and I'm so excited. But if you're like me and you have, a very heavy workload and you have all these other adulting obligations, you really feel your best and most comfortable entering Halloween season with a plan. And I am a lady with a plan, if anything. So if you have yet to start adding to your fall bucket list, look no further. This video is here to provide you some ideas, some inspiration, and I'd love to know if there's anything on your bucket list that is different than the things I share here. So let's dive right in. First and foremost, I have the goal to enjoy anything and everything pumpkin spice flavored. Like drown me in pumpkin spice, douse me in it. I will just eat it all up, literally. I mean, maybe not if it's a candle, that's not a good idea. From creamers to body spray to snacks to candles, like give me it. In years past, I haven't really gone out of my way to enjoy pumpkin spice, but I've been slowly cultivating a little mini collection of pumpkin spice candles that I'll get a whiff of. I keep them, I think, over here in one of my cabinets, and I'll just smell it and I'm just like, wow, like this is so Halloween. I love the association of pumpkin spice with fall. So I want to really just kind of lean into that, have that sensory experience. So I really kind of, make that connection even more strong. Like it's actually kind of wild how important the sense of smell is in like just bringing you back to a time, to a place, and the power that has over your emotions. So being able to any time of year sniff something or enjoy something pumpkin spice, I think is just, it's so nice. It just makes you feel so safe and so comforted and so cozy. So I'm really gonna be enjoying seeing more products and stuff at the grocery store and shops being available in a pumpkin spice flavor or scent. Like always, I do also have the goal to read thematically, so having some fall and Halloween books available on my TBR, my pile of possibilities to pull from as I kind of just, have different moods and desires to experience different things. I have a whole list that I can't wait to share with you what I have on deck for fall for books that have Halloween settings specifically in a future video, so look out for that. Because as a reader of horror all year long, no matter the season, I have to kind of create a special place for experiencing books that have a very explicit Halloween setting to them. So I try to reserve those just for fall. But right now I do have some book recommendations of things I have read in the past and really, really enjoyed. So Mayfly by C.J. Lead is really fun. It does take place for a little bit, I believe, during Halloween season. I'm in the middle of a reread for that, which has been very comforting for me, which is kind of funny. If you know the subject matter of the book, it shouldn't be a comforting book. It should not be comforting at all for me, but it is. Something a little bit more wholesome for you is going to be The Halloween Moon by Joseph Fink. This one is a really sweet coming-of-age story for a young Jewish American girl on Halloween getting told by her parents that it's time for her to grow up. She is no longer allowed to trick-or-treat on Halloween, which is so devastating for this young child. It's a middle grade book, but it is so wholesome, so sweet, and something I just feel like middle grade books do so well is just like a journey and experience. It creates so much nostalgia. And in a funny way, I just feel like, it was good at addressing, the inner child within me. So I think it's a great book for adults. I do also have some theatrical releases I am very, very excited to go see. My first one is Beetlejuice 2, which technically isn't coming out in fall. It's coming out in early September, but for me, like late August is kind of my kickoff for fall. So in my head, it's definitely a fall movie. I'm a huge Tim Burton fan. Like he was like it for me when I was in high school. But Beetlejuice wasn't always like my top movies of his. It's more like, The Nightmare Before Christmas. But as I get older, I really love The Corpse Bride. So I'm excited to see Beetlejuice 2 in theaters, but not as excited as I see other people online. Like people love this movie, and that made me realize just how little I liked it in comparison to like all these super fans, but I'm here for this movie nonetheless. And you probably already know that movie exists and that it's coming out in theaters very soon. One movie you might not know is coming out with a theatrical release finally, because it was like at Sundance and I've been hearing about it since, late 2023, and that is Your Monster, which stars Melissa Barrera. There hasn't been a lot of talk about this one, so really all I know about it is Melissa Barrera plays like an actress, I think, and she falls in love with a monster, and it kind of gives me like Beauty and the Beast vibes in a way. And other than those two movies, I haven't really heard a lot about other spooky or like Halloween adjacent movies coming out this fall in theaters. So if you know of anything that I didn't mention, definitely share that below in the comments so I can put that on my radar. Keeping with some of my movie watching goals, I also have been very intrigued about the idea of revisiting some of my childhood favorites. I'm talking Halloween themed Disney Channel original movies. This would require me to resubscribe to Disney Plus because I kind of let that go, knowing I wasn't really using it as often as, I was paying for it. But I might bring it back for fall to do a Halloweentown rewatch. I haven't seen any of the movies after the first one in a very, very long time. So kind of experiencing that with my adult eyes, I think would be really fun, along with other movies that I don't think I've really seen in like decades, like Under Wraps, or like Phantom at the Megaplex. I have these images in my head of these films, but it's pretty spotty, so I'd love to rewatch those. Let's move on to some gaming goals I have this fall. I really wanted to play a Sims 4 household with a Halloween theme. I've been playing quite a bit in the last few months, and I got this idea because I ran across a townie named Dolly Ruano, and I was like, you are so goth. I'm loving your vibe. Maybe I can use her to kind of experience this new game pack that I had downloaded, which is all about paranormal living. So the idea I have is to use Dolly to kind of play through the entirety of the paranormal game pack's paranormal investigator career. There's also this house that you get, this like huge haunted mansion. It is just decorated so beautifully. You get it when you download that new game pack. And so I placed that in the world, and I have sadly broken up Dolly from her husband and her family. She's on her own journey. She's doing her own thing, and she's just gonna, discover herself, reinvent herself, a little eat, pray, love, more like eat, haunt, love, that kind of thing. Getting haunted in The Sims 4, and that'll be my gaming for fall. And probably my most favorite goal on this entire fall bucket list is gonna be to decorate my home for Halloween. And it will probably be the most time-consuming goal on this list too. I'm actually quite proud of myself. I'm filming this in late August, and I haven't gone to a store or purchased anything Halloween related all month long. So I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I've been waiting until I take out all of my Halloween boxes from storage, which typically happens like really late August, early September. And I'm just gonna like look through and see what I have, maybe unhaul some stuff where I'm not really excited about having those items in my collection, and kind of just think about how I can be a more intentional consumer of Halloween goods. So year after year, I am not buying as much because I really love what I've collected previously. When it comes to themes, I typically go a very traditional Halloween route with lots of, orange, black, white, and even purple, like just a really bright purple screams Halloween to me. So I see a lot of those kind of things. I also have a lot of like spooky Halloween Disney stuff in my collection too. And I already have a good chunk of Corpse Bride themed items, so I like to have like a little section for that. And I also have, which is kind of like Disney, a Haunted Mansion collection of stuff too. Something new I might explore in terms of creating another collection, another corner in my home for Halloween is gonna be something that's like a Halloweentown theme. And it's really sad that there's not a lot of Halloweentown stuff available online, like decor to purchase for your home. There are some things on Etsy, but it's so sad because there's totally a market for it. I've seen people on Reddit asking people like where to find Halloweentown decor. So there's a market. There's people who really love that franchise. So I wish it was more available. So I'm gonna have to get creative and work on making this like a multi-year plan. Moving on to some travel and experience goals I have this fall. I always have the best time visiting the Winchester Mystery House. And if you've been around on this channel for any length of Halloweens, you'll know I have the time of my life there. This year, they're doing a like unhinged hotel Halloween haunt. I love a hotel theme. It's really fun. It's, at night, and they have customized cocktails, and they have this whole event with like actors around the property in the garden. They have tarot card readers. It's a really fun experience. You get to go inside on this tour. The path is set for you, but there's no tour guide. And then outside, they have like these scary little people kind of running around, and they have vendors and food. It's a really fun time. And another thing I love to do and experience during fall that is always so much fun, that is visiting a Halloween pop-up bar. Some of these bars pop up out of nowhere and they take over a space for the Halloween season. And some are bars that probably pay people to give them this menu and graphics and, drink selection. And they just kind of, offer that to their guests at their bar for a certain amount of time. Either way, I just, I have so much fun there because they have activities sometimes, great photo ops, yummy drinks, and all the people who visit are like into Halloween. So it's a great environment. And with every season, I really try to find a YouTube creator event to participate in to really amplify the vibes of, whatever's going on, whatever season we're in. I was so happy when Kelsey from Slime and Slashers asked me to participate as a co-host in an event she was planning called Halloweenathon. This event is perfect for any spooky season lover, whether you like horror or just like fall vibes. This is perfect for you. And like I've mentioned in past bucket list videos, because I'm always trying to participate in YouTube creator events, if you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of like hardcore Halloween lovers in your day-to-day life, looking for that community online is so smart, so perfect. We have a Discord that is gonna be a great place to connect with folks, and we are gonna be having like tons and tons of watch parties, live streams for reading together, crafting together. Kelsey has been working so hard on this. She is so like detailed, and she has so much stuff prepared and ready to make this just whatever you want it to be. So if you want it to be just really relaxed and chill, that's an option. Or if you really want to go elaborate with this, like that's really there for you too. Along with our fellow co-hosts, Cameron Chaney, Katrina Brown, Kitty from Spicy Cats Read, we're gonna be starting this Halloween party on September 22nd and going all the way until the evening of All Hallows Eve. So this is your formal invitation to the Halloween party of the century here on YouTube, where you have tons of prompts for different crafting activities, for books, for reading. Like, it's a perfect way to set yourself up for the spookiest season yet. So look down below in the description box of this video for Kelsey's very thorough and detailed announcement video, and you'll have all the information for you there. This last goal, I think, is the most important because it permeates every single goal that I've listed here for you. And that goal is to slow down and enjoy the Halloween magic. It's kind of tough being a person who has a hobby that's associated with a very, constrained and constricted time of year of just like a few months. You put a lot of pressure on yourself to like make Halloween and, the time before it the best that it can be. And there's just stress that comes with that. And so I just want to put it out into the universe and offer this to you as well, this idea of just letting fall be what fall is going to be, and to be okay with things not necessarily working out the way you want them to. Like if I don't get to, a few of these things, or maybe the majority of these things on this list, it can still be a great fall and Halloween season nonetheless. Because really where I'm at right now with enjoying my hobbies is coming to terms with the fact that less is more. And I don't need to add more things, more quantity of hobbies, and adding all these things on my to-do list for my leisure time to make myself feel satisfied with that. It's more like valuing the depth of my enjoyment rather than quantity of things I've knocked off my list. Because I think that could still fall into some of like the more, not so positive traits I have in terms of like my relationship to productivity. It's very easy to get lost in the sauce and forget what the whole goal is of why you spend so much time planning out your leisure time And it's, to relax, to enjoy life, to feel like you are a human beyond, just the job and adulting obligations that you have. So always coming back to that, I think will be a great touch point for me in the few weeks and months to come. All right, well, Halloween season is here. We are going to do our best to enjoy every little moment and treat it like the little treasure that it is. I'd love to know if you have any other ideas for what I can kind of add to my to-do list, things for me to consider, or others as I read the comments down below. I'm very curious about what you're going to be getting up to. Maybe you're traveling somewhere, or you're really excited to watch a movie, or you have an all-time favorite thing that you love to rewatch or reread every year. Let me know. Can't wait to chat about Halloween with you as always. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.